Most people believe their problems live outside of them. In their job. In their relationships. In the way the world refuses to cooperate. They believe that if circumstances would just change, if people would behave differently, if success arrived faster, then peace would finally follow. But the Stoics saw something most people still miss: the real battle isn't out there. It never was. The greatest challenge you will face in your lifetime is not conquering the world, but mastering the chaos within your own mind. And until that battle is won, no external victory will ever feel like enough. From the moment we wake up, we are trained to look outward. We measure our worth through results, through approval, through outcomes we don't fully control. When things go wrong, we blame bad luck, other people, timing, circumstances, but long before the world defeats us, we often defeat ourselves internally. We react instead of respond. We obey every emotion. We let fear, anger, and insecurity steer the wheel. The Stoics warned that this inner disorder guarantees outer suffering. As Epictetus taught, some things are up to us, and some things are not. And yet most people spend their lives trying to control the very things that were never theirs to command. When the mind is undisciplined, even good fortune becomes fragile. We often confuse power with control over others. Status, money, recognition. But history is full of people who had everything and were still prisoners of their own minds. An anxious rich man is not powerful. An admired man who fears judgment is not free. A disciplined body with a chaotic mind is not mastered. Consider Marcus Aurelius. He ruled the most powerful empire on earth. Yet his private writings were not about domination. They were about restraint. He reminded himself, daily, that anger weakens judgment, that ego distorts reality, that peace depends on inner order, not outer control. If a man who commanded legions still feared losing control of his mind, what does that tell us? True power has always been internal. Inner mastery is often misunderstood. It is not emotional numbness. It is not pretending you feel nothing. And it is not suppressing pain. Inner mastery is leadership. It means you notice thoughts without automatically obeying them. It means emotions inform you, but do not command you. It means you act from principle, not impulse. The Stoics broke this into 3 quiet disciplines: awareness, catching the thought before it becomes behavior; discipline, choosing the hard right over the easy wrong; detachment, doing your best without clinging to outcomes. This is not weakness. This is self-command. Most inner defeats don't feel dramatic. They look ordinary. Snapping in a conversation you could have handled calmly. Needing approval before trusting your own judgment. Letting self-talk quietly sabotage your confidence. Waiting for motivation instead of acting from duty. Each moment seems small, but each one hands power away. Every time you say, "I can't help how I feel," you quietly abandon responsibility. Every time your mood dictates your actions, you surrender authority over your life. The Stoics believed this truth was unavoidable. If you do not govern yourself, something else will. And that something else is rarely kind. Stoicism never promised comfort. It promised clarity. One practice begins with a pause. Not reacting immediately. Creating space between stimulus and response. Another is voluntary discomfort. Choosing small hardships on purpose to weaken the mind's fear of pain. cold, silence, restraint. Not to suffer, but to train. And then there is reflection. Each evening, Seneca advised a quiet review. Where did I act with reason? Where did emotion rule me? What will I do better tomorrow? Not self-punishment. Self-correction. This is how character is shaped. Not in moments of intensity, but in daily consistency. When inner mastery grows, something remarkable happens. You become calm under pressure, confident without arrogance, disciplined without self-hatred. You stop chasing validation. You stop fearing discomfort. You stop needing control over everything. Life does not become easier, but you become stronger. The strongest person in the room is not the loudest, or the most admired, or the most aggressive. It is the one who needs the least from others. The world constantly urges you outward. More noise. More reaction. More comparison. But Stoicism calls you inward. Not to escape life, but to meet it prepared. You do not need to fix everything at once. You do not need perfect discipline. You need self-command. Because once the inner world is governed, the outer world loses its power to disturb you. Master yourself first, and everything else finds its proper place.